Let's bring in Dr. Jeff DaCosta. He's a renowned researcher in flood early warnings and disaster risk at the University of Readings in the UK. He joins us now. Doctor, I guess the question is, we have so much advanced technology with satellite imaging. Was there something that could have detected this, or is this more like, an avalanche where you're minutes away to detect this?
Right. Good morning, everyone. Well, the defining factor here was definitely speed. And in terms of detection and forecasting, we need to make sure that the information sort of flows faster than the water. These things can be very difficult to predict, but there are always indicators that can be useful. And in times like these, it's really minutes that count more than hours.
So when you talk about things that could be done, so you're saying that it would be possible to have given a warning that this could be coming?
I mean, we've been looking at this for quite a while now. So we know that with climate change, sort of the Himalayas, the environment is very impacted in terms of glacial melt and sort of the change in the vulnerability of an event like this happening. Then let's also remind the viewers that just last year in the same sort of border crossing spot, there was a flood. So this is an area that is prone to disaster. That doesn't mean that it has to happen necessarily. So there's always information that needs to be exchanged. Difficulty here probably also being the exchange of information, as this happened across two different countries with two different sort of interests, and that will need to be investigated.
Doctor, this reminds everyone here in America, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but there was a big flood in Texas, and we saw an entire camp of these little girls that were elementary school age, and they were all killed. They were washed away. It shows you the power of water and what it can do. And when we watch these images, you're seeing people run for their lives and they're just swallowed up. And it's hard to watch because you're watching people that are taking their last breath. It's just excruciating. But how often do we build communities like this where you're downstream of something that could happen like this?
I mean, historically, humans have sort of always settled close to rivers, and there has always been risk. But you're right in saying it's completely devastating. Remember the Guadalupe River flood with Camp Mystic, I believe it was, where all these poor kids sort of died. This was horrible, but then you also need to take into account the vulnerabilities. I think it's a little bit different this time. For the Guadalupe River, there was actually warning, but sort of the information exchange was lacking. And also the underestimation of the risk, really, and also the time of day where this happened. It happened in the middle of the night, and it was raining the whole time. Now in the videos that we see here, you don't see a drop of rain in these videos. So you have to imagine if you're the person walking there, or you're at a choke point, or like a border crossing, everything sort of slows down anyway, right? And you don't really see it coming. And once you see that huge sort of wave of debris coming, there's really not much people can do. And that's why it's especially heart-wrenching to see these videos.
Well, Doctor, as I'm listening to you talk about this region and this area, it appears that you're saying that they're not out of the woods yet. Do you think this could possibly happen again, or at a smaller scale?
I mean, this will happen again. We cannot exactly say where and when, but the risk is very real. And it will also happen again that information sharing across two different nations will be really important. And that international cooperation is really key here. And also investing into this sort of monitoring devices to be able to forecast this and share the information while it's still of use to the people that need to hear it.
Yeah, Doctor.
So just when you just said there, you think there's a lack of cooperation between China and Nepal? And there could be better information sharing. That's what's happened in the past?
I wouldn't go as far as saying that there's a lack of information sharing between China and Nepal. This is something that happens realistically everywhere where a border sort of splits communities in two. This is also true for example, initiatives to mitigate this sort of risk in the long term. So if we think of fossil fuel emissions, the pledges that countries take to sort of reduce them don't have really that much power if not everybody sort of pulls through. So this doesn't really stop at borders, and that's a general systemic problem, really.
I was watching some video of someone being rescued by a helicopter, and apparently helicopters have rescued at least 100 people because they can't, emergency crews are having a hard time getting through because there are no roads and there are no bridges. They were destroyed. What happens next with the rescue efforts? Because there are 1,300 missing, 47 from our country.
I think now it's really rescue operation at this point, still trying to find survivors. I mean, this sort of debris flowed really deep into Nepal. So it's not just that border crossing that's impacted, but also all the communities downstream. It will be extremely difficult to find survivors and also to find unfortunately, all the fatalities, the bodies, to recover them will be a longer effort. And then, of course, after that, and in the same time, scientists and authorities will sort of see at what information was available, what was being shared, what was lacking, and sort of how to make sure this doesn't happen again in the same magnitude. But as of now, I think it's mainly rescue and operations. And after that, it will be also building back the communities, and a lot of international aid will be expected to arrive in these areas.
And we have already said we're going to be there. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's weighed in. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.